not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system.
Showtime!
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
I said, are you ready?
Are you ready?
No! I said, I'm just ribbing. I know you're ready.
I apologize.
For the thousands in attendance, for the millions watching around the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, tonight,
Up the chaos!
proudly brings to you its
Awesome.
YouTube live stream.
champions of the world!
This is your boy L from the Jkl Awesome. That's my boy Pop T, the hot Popics live stream.
And of course, if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you!
Oh, sugar. What's up, peeps? I'm Ella, the Jkl Awesome. That's my boy Pop T. Hot Popics live stream. We made it. I know we made you guys wait an extra 10 minutes like we usually do.
10 minutes.
We was backstage talking. What can I say? It happens.
What are we doing?
It happens every week. We get to talking, and we don't know when to shut up. So, what's up, guys? I'm sorry. Oh boy, because I always think coming into the show. All right, you know what? Go backstage. Let's chat it up real quick and start the show early, and then we just keep going and going. It's like, oh yeah, yo, we gotta talk. We gotta go live. Let's go. But we got a fun show for you planned today. Well, hopefully a fun show. I think an interesting topic we're going to talk about later. We're going to rank the Marvel TV shows. We're going to rank all 10 of them that have dropped so far. Our opinion, and we got a special guest coming on to come chat.
Phase 4. What did you call it? Phase 4.
Well, it's not Phase 4. It's just all the Marvel shows because some of them dropped Phase. No, they all were Phase 4, weren't they?
I think so.
You're right. Yeah, yeah.
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah, they all were Phase 4. You're right. Okay, so yeah, Phase 4 TV shows, I guess.
The only one that's not Phase 4 is Wakanda. That's the only thing that hasn't dropped yet. What has dropped, is it? When's it in cinemas? Wakanda Forever.
No, that's a movie. I'm just talking about the TV shows, not the movies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just the TV shows, not the movies. Yeah, so all the TV shows are Phase 4. Yes. No, I'm not. I figured if we talk the movies and TV shows, it'd be way too long. We could do the movies separately. But yeah, Wakanda Forever drops tomorrow, officially Friday, but there were pre-screenings all week, and officially tomorrow. Not officially, but you can go see it tomorrow at certain theaters. But Friday is the official release date for most of the country. So over here, our country. I don't know about you guys over there. Over here in the U.S. of America, we could see it Friday. I mean, we could see it tomorrow. I might go see it tomorrow after work. I'm doing some overtime tomorrow, but I might go tomorrow after work. If not, then I'm gonna go Friday. But I'm definitely seeing it within these next 2 days because I don't want any spoilers. I heard it's pretty good. I haven't heard anybody go crazy about it though. Like, it's awesome. So I'm like, okay, is it really good, or are they just trying to keep it, keep it like our expectations low? So I don't know, but I doubt it's gonna be a bad movie though. I mean, they've been making it since 2020, the pandemic and everything. So we'll see what happens. We'll see.
Listen,
but I'm excited for it.
In Africa, there's a lot of space to stand apart.
I totally didn't think you were going there.
What? I'm allowed to. I was born in. I'm allowed to because I was born in Africa.
No, not that, but about the pandemic thing standing apart. I thought you were gonna say something interesting about Africa or something. You know,
something interesting about Africa. Believe me, I was there. There's nothing interesting about Africa. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh, jeez. I was like, oh, okay. Pop Pete about to drop some knowledge about Africa, especially since you're from there. And then he say there's plenty of space to stand apart.
There's plenty of space.
Oh, jeez. All right.
I can drop some knowledge about South Africa quickly.
Go.
The live action Netflix series One Piece was filmed in South Africa.
Oh, there you go.
Parts of it. There we go. Okay, I had to fit One Piece in there somehow.
I had to get it in, right? Oh, that's a perfect clip to just clip right there. I had to fit One Piece in there somehow. No context. Just take that.
No context. People be like, oh my God, what's this guy on about?
What are they talking about? Oh, God. All right, let's hit up the chat real quick before we get too far into it. Funko PDX, thank you for coming to hang out with us. Of course, Chase's Kingdom hails, my bro. Thank you for coming to hang out with us. Mr. Ugly made an appearance. Oh,
my Floridian cousin.
Floridian cousin. And a Ria in the house. Nick is back, everyone. A hearty welcome back to Nick. I didn't want to panic people, but I had realized he wasn't chatting for a while. So I hit him up privately, like, bro, you okay? He wasn't answering me. I was scared. Or something happened to our bro, but he finally got back to me. He's very happy that he's okay. Crazy Scottish Pop Collector, what's going on? Congratulations on your recent chase. If you want to know which one, go watch his video. See, now that's how you tee up some curiosity, baby. Kay, what's up, Kay? How you doing?
Kay.
We haven't spoken in a couple days. That's not right. I'll call you tomorrow.
Listen, like, what is with you and people? You don't chat with Nick, you don't chat with Kay.
Well, Nick wasn't my fault.
You barely messaged me this week. I mean, I don't know what's up with you. Like,
well, actually, to be honest, and a lot of you guys probably saw my posts. The past couple days, my phone was hacked. I don't know what.
I forgot about that.
So I really wasn't texting or reaching out to people because I didn't want to pass on. So I didn't want people to be my phone going. Yeah.
That wasn't you with the unshaven face and the beanie. Were you wearing a?
No,
was this person wearing a beanie? Was it? Oh, okay.
That was
I thought it was someone. I thought it was a lookalike or something. It seemed like you, but it just something was a little bit different about you. I don't know, was it the grittier look or something?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't want people to get messages from me and be like, oh, start talking, and it's like that's not me. So I figured if I do a video and you see me telling you that my phone got hacked, then you know, okay, well, let me be careful if I get any weird messages. So
so you were going undercover.
No,
find out who was hacking your phone.
I was being very out front, saying somebody hacked my phone. Don't answer.
No, man. I mean, I'm talking about the way you were dressed and all. Like,
oh no, that was just me out in the world. BPJ, happy Wednesday, my dude.
Happy Wednesday. Put it on a T-shirt already.
I know, right? Put it on a T-shirt. And I think that's everybody. Kenneth Bird, what's up, Kenneth Bird in the house? Thank you for coming to hang out with us.
Even Bird.
Awesome is short for loner. Well, I am a bit of a loner, so it would fit.
PDX says he's going to watch tomorrow.
For Black Panther?
Black Panther tomorrow,
yeah.
looks of it. If that's what he was talking about.
Yeah, they have midnight showings. Yeah, we were talking about Black Panther, so yep. Yeah, I mean, I could go tonight, because I know they have some midnight screenings tonight, but I'm not, I don't have to be one of those right away type persons.
Listen,
yes,
what
have an iPhone?
What VPN did you go for?
I got NordVPN. I ended up getting 2 years for just over $100. It works its way out to about $3 and change a month. But I paid it all up. I paid it all at one time, so I got the next 2 years. Some of my stuff might.
You said $100, $3.99 a month. That doesn't seem right, does it?
Does it?
Oh.
Yeah, add taxes and fees.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. awesome. You got a 7 p.m. for tonight. Awesome. I don't know if there are any showings here in New York for tonight. There probably are, but I only checked Thursday and Friday, so they probably do have a few showings tonight. I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter.
PDX is from Oregon, isn't he?
Yeah, over there on the West Coast. So yeah.
I don't know why I remember the weirdest of stuff. Like I can't remember like what I did yesterday, but I remember that he's from Oregon. Like, oh my god, that's weird.
Because the PDX, man, that's the airport. It's embedded in your brain.
PDX, so anyway, send me your address so I can send your prize winning from last week.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I sent away Ryan's today. So I'm going to send yours next week. Well, tomorrow.
He said send you a Fire Stick. I have a Fire Stick here, but it stopped working a while ago, and I don't really use it that much. I don't even care. Because certain things I go to see, and anything I'm not excited to see, I wait for it. So the Fire Stick, I mainly got it for the kids, and they didn't even use it much. So I'm like, yeah. But I'll send it to you if you want to hook it up and send it back. I actually have a box to send to you anyway. Your prize you won from my Patreon months ago.
Years ago. No, you're gonna mention Patreon now. You're gonna mention Patreon now, and Nadia's gonna rock up in a few moments.
Yep, she's gonna come in.
I didn't see
I didn't send you a box. I'm actually staring right at it. It's sitting right there. It's ready to go. I just gotta wrap it up. Oh God. That tickets Friday, like every Marvel movie opening weekend. Yeah, that's my thing. The spoilers. I don't want to get spoiled. Certain movies I don't care. Like I still haven't seen Black Adam yet because I really don't care if I hear spoilers for it. I mean, I don't want to hear spoilers, but if I do, it's not going to bother me as much as if I hear Marvel spoilers. So, he says since you're making him take it, he's going to give it to you.
He won it.
Well, yeah, you won it, bro. It's yours. You can have him send it to somebody else if you don't want it. Like, yeah. All right, let's get into some stuff because we're already way off schedule. We were trying to have a schedule this week to say, okay, we're gonna do this, and then by this time do this. Because we have a Pop the Chaos tonight with new and old Funko Pop unboxing. It's gonna be on their channel, so come join us over there after this. That starts at 7 p.m. And we really didn't want to run too long, so we have time to chill between streams instead of jumping off one and then jumping on the other. But we're already already off schedule. So first, let's just talk a little Funko. We're not gonna talk a lot of Funko, but we're gonna talk a little Funko. And the Funko I'm gonna talk about is Black Panther. Now,
is this your rant for this week? This is your rant for this week, isn't it? Okay.
We always talk about Funko and the good things they do and the bad things they do. We're gonna talk about the stock in a second too, but we're gonna save that for a little bit later. Okay, good thing they did. They dropped the Black Panther die cast today
on time, on schedule. Amazing. Beautifully done, Funko. Beautifully done.
Drops this week. You dropped the pop this week. You feature all the pops on your channel. Awesome. I love it.
Beautifully done.
That's how you're supposed to do it. Congrats.
Living the dream. Awesome stuff.
They did that pissed me off, that they've done a number of times already. You see up here where it says spend $65 and get free shipping? They dropped the pop at 12:30. They dropped the $65 gift at, what was it, 2:30, 3 o'clock? So you drop the die cast, let all these people jump in and buy it quick because you know some of us think it might sell out, so you jump in, you get it as soon as possible, and then you drop the spend $65 and get free shipping and a gift later. I mean, we already know $50 free shipping, so putting that up there, they're trying to pull the wool over somebody's eyes or get over on somebody. We know you get free shipping with $50, but it's the free gift part. This is about the third or fourth time they've done that, where they dropped an exclusive and then dropped this offer hours later after a bunch of people probably already jumped in and got their purchase of whatever exclusive they dropped that particular day. Funko, stop it. Okay? Stop it. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Stop it. So that's my rant. I'm sorry, guys. Because it sucks, man. I mean, and I see what you say, you know, to get old crappy pop with it. Yeah, but still, it's not the fact that it's a crappy pop. It's the fact that I just spent in most cases, especially with the diecast now, where you're getting a chase, most of us are buying at least 2. So I just spent $100 with you. You're trying to tell me you couldn't just do the promotion before you drop the diecast so I can get my crappy free pop? So you're gonna make me have to spend another $65 to get this crappy pop now? It's stupid. It's not fair. Stop doing it.
But it's like it's kind of like Kevin's mentioning it, like the current thing on Funko Europe, right? Kevin mentions it's a Funko Europe having to spend more, save some more deal, whatever. Like, in my opinion, like this is not. Spend €90 and get 18 euro off. I'd rather you give me a cheap pop.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I'm being, and then it's like get $30 off, but spend 120. You know, I'm like, bro, that's not really.
Yeah.
It's
not really a deal, you know.
Yeah, like last week, Friday, they were like. Post on their Twitter and everything, like big drop, big thing happening tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. It comes in, and then they got a countdown. You know, I don't know if you get it that side on the people that usually do it is Pop in a Box, where they do a declining discount. Where it starts 25%, and then after each like 3 minutes or whatever, and then the discount gets less and less.
Okay, no, I've never had that over here. Not that I know of. I mean, places probably do it, but I've never experienced that.
And that was the big thing. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And yeah, everybody on the planet is expecting, at least Europe side, a drop. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
And then it was just that. It's like they overhype the smallest of things. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, stuff like that is frustrating. It's, you know, and that is my segue into Funko stock. So, I don't know how many of you pay attention. Funko stock dropped like 60%. It definitely dropped 50, almost 60%.
Bad. I actually haven't watched a video on it yet.
Yeah. And I dropped the actually a couple of other channels dropped the video. I know Wayne ended up doing one. I watched his today. I think Collector Chatter, they did one.
Does Wayne have stocks in it, or is he just?
I don't know if he has stock in it, but he pays attention to the market.
To those things,
I don't know how much he's actually in the markets, but I know he pays attention. And the Pop Savage, he did a video on it, which I just watched today. So I think a lot of us were kind of in the same ballpark of doing videos. And they made some points that I ended up missing or not putting in my video. So I would definitely suggest going watching their stuff. And somebody actually commented on my video, somebody who's into finance. So go find the comment and you'll see who mentioned something that I didn't mention in the video. So I'm going to say this. Funko actually made money this year. They didn't lose money as far as they weren't profitable. The company was profitable. The issue was they spent a lot internally, which of course brings down your profit, because the more you spend on the business, then that eats into your profits. And they missed their earnings report of I forgot how much they said they were going to earn. Anyway, they missed that projection. So, for example, if I say, oh, it's Jkl Awesome, you know, our channel is going to gain 50 subscribers this year, and then at the end of the year, or this quarter or whatever, and then by the end of the quarter, we only get like 3 subscribers, people are going to be like, okay, we're not going to support this channel anymore because they suck. Like, like, yeah, you're off. So, you know, that's basically what happened. So they were off on their projection of what they would, what percent they were going to earn or whatever. And people were like, okay, that's not good. And typically when a stock starts dropping and people realize it, more people start to sell and more people start to sell because people don't want to see their money go away. So they start selling. And that's what caused the stock to really drop the way it did. Not all companies go through something like that. And considering we're basically in a recession anyway, a lot of companies' stocks are going down. So it's not a surprise, but for it to drop as much as it did in a matter of hours, that's a huge deal. But for everybody who thinks, oh, Funko's dead and this is the beginning of the end. No, I don't think so. I mean, they're a good company. They make good product. They're still highly popular.
They're making money. It's not that they're not making money. I've seen over the weekend and stuff through people saying it's dying out and everything.
Yeah.
I'd say in a certain parts of the world, like I can picture, like for example, here in Ireland, I can picture it dying out. You know, the smaller places where it's not stupendously big, like stateside.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like smaller countries where people just lose interest because it's not as big anymore, or that sort of thing. You know, like the novelties worn off and that sort of thing.
Right. Yeah, but the thing with a company like Funko, unfortunately, is when certain businesses, for certain sectors, when there is a recession and you have to cut back on buying things, the first things to go are the luxury items. And Funko is a luxury company. You know, luxury in a sense of it's something you don't need, it's something you buy because you like it, it's to make yourself feel good. There's really no other purpose of the majority of the products Funko makes is other than just to have this collectible. It's not a necessity, you know. So yeah, the next year I think their earnings report is going to still be low because they're not going to be selling as much because people need to buy food. So I'm not putting Funko Pops above my food. I mean, luckily I still have disposable income, but I'm not disposing of it as much because guess what? Who knows what I'm going to need that income to buy something I do need, not a damn.
But the thing is, what's for sure, ever since I started limiting my collecting, it's been a lot less stressful, and I've been getting a lot less angry. And upset about things.
Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah, I agree with you, bro. Yep.
Even though I tried to get Luffy on Friday, and the stupid queue thing is still not like.
Oh, yeah. Let him have it, bro. Let him have it.
Like, I'm cool with it. Like, Sam was actually more upset because she stood in the queue. Well, not physically, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Because I was heading out to work and everything, and like that was going to drop 4:30, and I was like, okay, she was in queue 2 minutes. Like, yes, I'm gonna get it. And all of a sudden, I hear her cursing and saying, "How does it drop to 24 minutes from 2 minutes?" You know, like, oh, she got upset, man. Like, I was like, well, okay. But the thing is that intrigues me, and I think I mentioned it the time before, is like, if it's out of stock and people are specifically waiting in the queue, drop them out of the queue.
Yeah, they need to do what they did with the last thing.
Can you imagine waiting 24 minutes in the queue, but it sold out in the first 10 minutes? It's like you're wasting people's time.
Yeah. I've been there,
and I think that's what upsets people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because at years ago with New York Comic Con, like I said, when they implemented the line thing that they started doing, they didn't show you what sold out while you were in line at that time. It was you were in line, and then when you got there, this is what's left. And there's a couple times I got there, and certain tickets sold out, and it's like, fudge! I just sat here for an hour. Well, not sat there because I had my phone and my iPad, so I'm roaming around, but still, for an hour. And then, of course, the days you want to go is sold out, or certain tickets are sold out. So, yeah. But the newer systems, they can tell you what sells out while you're in.
I know for sure they can do, because you've heard of them, the Australian company Pop Culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have the queuing system where they tell you in the queuing system, it regularly refreshes, and they tell you what is sold out.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, it just goes to like show. Like, the thing is, it's their product, Funko's product themselves, right? But a set. Not, I wouldn't say a what do you call it? A non-Funko retailer, if I could say it in that way. Has got the upper hand on selling their product, or sell their product better than they do themselves. You know what I mean? It doesn't really make much sense. Nadia!
What's up, Nadia? You already know what I'm going to say. We said it before you got here. So, but yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if they can do it on their side, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think I've ever heard anyone saying, "Damn it, man, I had to wait in pop culture's line for so long," and then everything. I don't think I've ever heard anyone complain about being in line with pop culture.
You know what's selling, and that's one of the things what I said in my video. Like, I know Funko has been reinvesting in the company, R&D and improvements and what have you. So hopefully that's one of the improvements they're doing, the online selling, because they're moving more towards online selling. As you can see, the NFTs are pretty hot. They're selling a lot of their store exclusives on the Funko shop now, and that's coming from a place where stores are actually canceling their orders. So Funko has to sell this stuff somehow, so they're just selling it online. Funko will probably go more to an online seller, and they won't be as available in some stores, and that will get that will make them money, because then they don't have to ship to stores as much, so that'll cut down on costs there. So, you know, it's interesting to see where they're gonna go, but you know, we got some time to see what happens. But this next year, I think the stock is still going to stay pretty low, but I think it's going to rebound in 2024. So I bought back in, basically. So, and yeah, five below. Chase actually just cleaned up at Five Below yesterday. Day before, he was sending pictures. He cleaned up. He got some good pops at Five Below. I found some good pops at Five Below. Some Chase pops in good condition too, not beat up boxes. So we'll see. But anyway, let's go a little faster here. Something else Funko did. I don't know how many people caught this. What's wrong with this picture, guys? Somebody.
What is this on your Instagram? Let me have a look.
Yeah, but this is an official picture that Funko tweeted.
Where is it? Towards the top.
What the problem with the picture?
Oh, the millions and millions of exclusivities.
No, it's the actual picture, not what they wrote. The picture. What's wrong with the picture? DPJ got it. How something exclusive to two different stores? It's a Funko exclusive, Funko Shop exclusive, and the GameStop exclusive. It can't be both.
That's what I said. Now it's double exclusivity.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought you said something about millions of exclusive or something. Yeah. Like, how? How, son? How? Explain that to me.
And this is off their official site and everything, like.
Yes, this is the official picture they put out on their Twitter account. So, come on, Funko.
But I mean, kind of this kind of leads to exactly what I was saying, though. Like, exclusivity, I don't think they understand what the word means anymore.
Because the thing, like, I don't have a problem with it being a GameStop exclusive, but just selling it on the Funko shop. Because I mean, you make the product and you know you ship it to GameStop, they sell it, or you ship it, or you just sell it straight from your store. It doesn't matter to me. But being a double exclusive, it can't be a Funko exclusive and a GameStop exclusive. That's just, yeah.
I think that's, now you're gonna get like DPJ. DPJ says that. Please put both stickers on this pop. People will want it because of that.
Yeah, if it has both stickers, people will definitely grab it. Of course, Einstein dropped this week. I'm just gonna go through these quick. I wanted this one, but
I was confused. I thought that Einstein pop had been out already.
No, they announced it a long time ago. We talked
okay.
about it, but it just dropped. And of course, Toto dropped. So I think both of them sold out within about a half hour or something like that.
But the thing is, the pet pops, like doggy pops and stuff, sell out very
quick.
Oh
yeah, those typically sell fast. I wanted to grab that Einstein because I know my nephew, although he's in his 30s now, he's a huge Back to the Future fan, so he would have loved that one. These Avatar pops, they dropped. It's from the first movie, although the second movie is about to drop, but they just got pops for the first movie, so I don't know.
but they do the dragon one's from the second movie though.
It is? So I don't
know. Yeah,
because
they didn't introduce any of the other creatures in that.
No, they had a flying dragon creature in the first one. Remember, he jumped on it and had to try to control it, the biggest predator dragon or whatever. I haven't seen that movie.
Okay. I haven't watched it in ages, man.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I remember that part. If we're wrong, tell us in the chat. November 15th, the Matrix NFTs drop. I am interested in these, but I'm not jumping in. I want to, but not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. The Diamond Big Hero 6 Funko exclusive chase. This is something that I'm kind of interested in too, but I don't think I'm gonna
It's
go.
funny though. Like I think the soda looks 100 times better.
It does, right? Doesn't it?
Honestly,
I don't know 100 times, but I think it looks better. It does. But I like this. A Funko Shop exclusive super size with a diamond chase. That's something that I think is gonna have a little bit of value in the future. And they are doing a Big Hero 6 Part 2, I believe. It hasn't come out yet, but I think they're doing it. And I think that's it as far as Funko. So that's our Funko news. Yeah, the twins. I heard a lot of people talking about the twins, DPJ, because they didn't do a twins pop. So, and all the rest of them, I think, are old molds that they're just kind of putting new designs on. So,
I think PDX was saying that they didn't sell out actually because they're still on, unless they did a restock.
He said
Einstein and
never sold out. They did. I thought they had sold out. I can always look it up.
yeah, I've got it up here now. I actually see them. They're on sold out.
Yeah, it is there. Oh wow. Okay. I saw them sold out that day. So I don't know if maybe Funko is doing their little tricks where they put sold out and it never sold out, or if it did sell out and it restocked. I don't know. But I see
that.
What of it? Sup, Tills?
Hey, Tills. I see that.
Invite me to the album release party.
that Apex Legends pop. It's only got the one sticker on the Funko shirt. The Europe thing on the Funko thing.
Is it?
But maybe it's they're going to get one with the Funko Europe exclusive or Funko exclusive, and then the GameStop exclusive.
I guess we'll see. I mean, is it a double exclusive? I don't know. Is it really just exclusive to one and somebody messed up the picture? I don't know. We shall see shortly. But that's
it could be what it is. Is maybe what they did is it's going to be exclusive on the Funko side, stateside, but it's going to be exclusive at GameStop this side.
It could be that too. I mean, I don't know. Because it actually says it's a Funko GameStop exclusive, so we got to see how they're going to drop it. I just don't get it, how you have a double exclusive. That just doesn't make sense to me. Really doesn't. So, yeah, I think that's all the Funko talk we're going to do for today. Let's get into our topic of the day, which is we're going to be ranking the Marvel Disney Plus shows. There are 10 shows. We're going to be ranking them from our least favorite, number 10, up to our favorite, number 1. Anybody who pays attention to when we talk about this stuff, either on our show, Pop the Chaos, on other lives, anytime we go into the Marvel shows, I always say what my top 2 are. So most of you will probably be able to guess my top 2. But the rest of them were kind of difficult for me. How about you, bro? Were you was it hard for you to create your list?
Well, look, like considering that I wasn't really into quite a bit of it. I mean, there was very, like, for example, like I didn't go near WandaVision. I didn't go near Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, like, for me, like,
you were like 10, 9, easy.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, there wasn't a lot. Like, you know what I mean, for me to like. But then again, when you came to the top of the list, you're like, oh, but I like this one because of this, but I like that one because of that. And, like, you couldn't really, you know, like say, oh, solid. I like this one because of this, because I enjoyed, like, 2 of them specifically were very good.
Right. Yeah.
Well, 3 of them, should I say?
Well, for me, it was Actually, I'm actually writing something on my paper right now. for me, my issue, like we talked about backstage, is like I really couldn't remember a lot of what happened in the shows because some of them came out so long ago, and I have kind of recency bias where I remember the one that just dropped, of course, She-Hulk, and something that dropped months ago, and I haven't watched it forever. It's like, damn, what actually happened in that show? So, in my thought process of, you know what, I need to rewatch some of them real quick just to get reacquainted, I kind of thought of it as, you know what, I'm gonna rank them in the order of what order I would watch them in if I had to rewatch them. Like, what am I more excited to watch and what am I less excited to watch? So that's kind of how I did my list. So if anybody is a little miffed on, okay, what the heck, why would you rank that low or that high? It wasn't because I didn't like it. I actually liked all these shows, first of all. Let's just put that out there. Because people are going to think the one I put at the bottom I didn't like. I liked all the shows. And I will rewatch all the shows. It's just what order I would rather watch them in, as far as my least excited to watch and my most excited to watch. So that's what it is. And anybody who doesn't agree with me, it's all right that you don't agree with me. You're wrong, but it's okay. So... He's like, don't tell me I'm wrong. So right now I'm just waiting because we had a special guest that's supposed to be jumping in on with us.
Did you send the link already?
Oh, duh.
Didn't you send the link?
I'm doing it now.
I can do it too. I think I got to copy and paste it. I must just find the chat.
Yeah, I already did it. I just did it. Copied it anyway. Why is he not at areas? I'm sitting here like, where is he? Where is he? Yeah, send the link. See, that's how long it's been since we've done any type of guest or what have you. I forgot. There it is. All right. So I guess should be popping in a moment. Yeah, we're gonna rank these Marvel shows. There's 10 shows. I'm just gonna run off the names of the shows real quick so you guys are up to date on the list. And again, throw it in the chat what your ranking would be. Even if you don't rank them right now as we go through, just say, you know, whether you rank it high, rank it low, rank it 1, rank it 10, whatever. So the shows are Hawkeye, Moon Knight, She-Hulk, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Miss Marvel, Loki, WandaVision, Werewolf by Night, What If, and I Am Groot. Those are the 10 Marvel shows that dropped on Disney. Say Loki is your favorite. Iron Man 3 is your favorite Marvel movie? Wow. Not to say that it can't be listed. Everybody's favorite is their favorite, but Iron Man 3, wow. Out of all the Marvel movies that's come out, Iron Man 3? And again, I'm not saying it's not good. I just think there's a lot of movies that are so much better. So, wow. But we here. We're about to talk about it. And again, not saying that anyone's choices are wrong or whatever. Like, we can all have our opinions, so don't hate on anybody else because they like the show better than another show or whatever their opinion is. Just saying. We're just saying, all right? And our guest is here, so you know what? Let's bring him in. You know him. We know him. You love him. We love him. It's our boy.
What's going on? Hails from the kingdom.
What's going on, baby?
I got plenty of opinions about this.
I know you would.
My favorite's Groot.
When we came up with this idea a while ago. We've just been holding on to it because, you know, it's not something we had to do right away. It's like, oh, we could do this whenever. Sure. So we had a free week. Of course, it's the end of Phase 4 with Wakanda Forever dropping this week. We were like, you know what, this is a great week to do it. And you're back to being online.
Yeah.
And we definitely know you got opinions about
Back on
this.
the horse. Back on the horse.
We were like, all right, yes, definitely have Chase come on and yell at us for how wrong we are about everything.
I'm so surprised we didn't add Star Wars to it.
I know, right? No, but just the Marvel shows, like,
Okay.
because everything, like, we could do Marvel movies, we could do Star Wars shows, Star Wars, like, there's so much. We don't want to get overwhelmed, so just the Marvel TV shows for now.
We're on limited time too.
Yeah,
we got Pop the
and we're on
Chaos.
limited time. That's
I'll
right.
do an old channel after the show. If you haven't heard already, guys, you're gonna want to follow after the show.
Yes, sir. It's crazy. Scott said when you said we love him, we
Thanks,
thought you was
brother.
BBC. Yeah, that was the setup. Because everybody thought, oh, Barbarian's coming.
Barbarian?
No,
Yeah, sure.
Chase, baby.
No.
Barbarian don't
No.
watch these shows.
Yeah, Barbarian. Doesn't. I
Hope
can
you're
tell
watching
you right
all
now, he hates She-Hulk and he loves Loki. That's it.
It's just because Loki's schmirky.
Exactly.
Well, we sure it was 10 shows. I'm missing something here.
Yeah.
1, 2,
We
3,
got,
4,
when we go through them again,
7,
Yeah, please,
Falcon
man. Sorry,
and
man. I'm
Winter
missing.
Soldier,
3.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Moon
Yeah.
Knight, Hawkeye,
Yeah.
WandaVision, Loki,
Yeah.
Werewolf by Night,
Oh, that one.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. I'll put that one.
Yeah.
What If? Yeah, What If?
Okay, so that's
I Am
what it
Groot.
was.
Miss
Oh,
Marvel.
and Groot. That's what I don't know. I'm Groot. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Hugh Jackman already. Yeah, they announced a while ago. Yeah, he's definitely going to be in there.
Have you watched Werewolf already?
Yes, I watched all of them.
But Werewolf, I thought that was Werewolf was a movie though, isn't it?
Well, it's a special, they call it. So it's basically, it's like when you get those special TV shows that play once a year, holiday times. It's a TV show.
So I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. You didn't watch
Yeah, no, I see
Werewolf by
it.
Night, Chase?
I didn't. I didn't even know they released
I
it.
was-
I had no
Oh
idea.
yeah, released
Yeah,
this.
it's on
They released
Disney.
it
It's
during
like-
the hurricane, I'm sure.
Yeah. I think it did. Yeah. I think it actually did. It was about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Before, maybe. Yeah, it was around the same time.
Yeah, okay.
It's on
I'm
the
still
it's,
catching
it's,
up on stuff.
it's on the header of Disney. Like
You're
it
gonna
is
love it.
there.
You're gonna love it.
So
You'll love it. Werewolf by Night,
Yeah,
I
if
think it's
it's-
really good.
If it's any kind of like spooky dark, I'll definitely probably like it.
It was really good. Yeah, that's how we had to do it, DPJ. That's the only way. So, all right, guys.
Yeah,
I don't
let's
know
get to it.
if you got your list together. I already put my list together. And we're gonna start from the bottom and work our way up.
No,
so-
just number them as we go, I guess.
Yeah. My number 10 I put was Moon Knight. And that might be a surprise to a lot of people, but
It's very surprising.
I'm actually disgusted. I think you should just take yourself off the show. immediately.
just take myself off the screen
Credentials.
right now. Just go away.
me
My
and Chase
argument-
can handle this because we've got realistic lists here.
No, listen. Like I said, I haven't rewatched most of these shows since the first time we watched them. The only shows I've actually rewatched a lot were my number 1 and number 2. Every other show I've only watched through once. So, in thinking of what order I would want to rewatch them in, I was just
Yeah,
kind
I
of like,
see what
you
you're
know
saying.
what? Moon Knight just kind of fell flat for me towards the end. And a lot of it, when you really think about it, it's like how much of it made sense and what didn't make sense, and were they in the asylum and not in the asylum? Was it in its head? Because of the ending, like it was just kind of like. And maybe if I rewatch it, I'll pick up on stuff better since I know
yeah.
how it
For
ends.
sure.
And it'll
You'll for sure
get
pick it
better, but it's just
Oh, yeah.
since I haven't rewatched it, it's kind of like I'm not really.
Are we allowed to
excited.
put other mods on timeout? Because I think someone needs to go on a timeout here.
Yeah.
Who's a?
Can you just unmoderate DPJ so I can put him on a timeout? Listen, look, I can get what you're saying, and like I do I agree with some of your points you're saying there. Like it was, in a sense, it was kind of all over the place.
Mhm.
You know, and I do kind of agree with that.
Yeah, it started
the
off
only-
great, but it just
The
kinda-
one negative thing I would say about Moon Knight for sure is like I don't think it got enough time, and I kind of, in a way, kind of felt it got rushed.
Yeah.
That would be the only fault.
You know what I'm, in my opinion.
It's a
You know,
little
like
rushed. There's a lot of backstory. There's even another split character that
Yeah, exactly.
they
And I
touch
mean,
on.
again-
which was eventually introduced
Yeah.
towards the end.
So
But like
they do-
towards the end, like right, there's a lot of uselessness in there, for
Yeah.
sure. that they could have actually used in time. But I mean, yeah,
Graphics.
who's to say they're not going to do something more later on?
Yeah. And again,
They definitely got.
just to be clear, I like the show.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Scarab
Just
and-
say it.
Yeah.
You know, as far as if my excitement to rewatch it versus the other shows on the list, I'm like, okay, yeah. So yeah. So what
I love
Heat?
the
What would
Aztec thing, man. That's-
yeah? What would your number 10 be? Heat.
I think you kind of can guess it.
Oh.
Oh, we can.
Oh
guess.
yes, WandaVision. I forgot.
Exactly.
I forgot.
Right. If I had to base it on, if I had to rewatch it, that might as well be on number 20 on the list, because I'm never going to watch it. I tried starting by number 4, it didn't work. I tried starting later, it just doesn't. I'm sorry. Like,
You started at episode 4 and you still didn't like it.
yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe I just don't like Wanda as a hero or as a character. You know, maybe I don't know. Maybe that could be it. I don't know. I'm not too sure. But like, yeah, that's number 10 for me.
Probably. All right.
It's like, it's just merely because I can't get into it. If I had to maybe get into it, then maybe I could have put it on somewhere other than 10. But like, for me, that's where it's at the moment. Unfortunately,
I'm not gonna fault you for your opinion. I'm gonna tell you you're wrong, but I'm not gonna fault you.
Yeah. You're gonna swear at me and shout at me while we backstage later.
Chase, what was your
Number 10.
number 10?
My number 10 was definitely Groot.
Oh shit!
Groot.
Oh.
Yeah, but we know what that is. Like,
Kicked that little Groot right in the face. I was so upset.
expectancy got the best of you on that one, I think. Eh?
It's so funny. I knew what both of you guys' number 10 was.
I mean, they could have. I figured basically what might have happened was they did that Christmas special thing, and that was supposed to be a part of that Christmas special, where they would cut and then
like commercials or something, like a
little mini series in the 1 2-hour thing. They could have stretched out the Christmas thing and made it. Mm-hmm. It was like a total of maybe 32 minutes, the whole series.
Yeah, I think something like that. I didn't add it up. I'm sure somebody.
It was worthless. It was worthless to me. He don't talk, so you're guessing most of the time what he's doing. They're like, yeah, just not number 10 all day.
Okay.
No substance for me at all. 5-year-old got it. I didn't get it.
So you're saying I'm a 5-year-old?
Unbelievable. The quality of guests on shows today. Just calling out the hosts of the show.
Put you in the number 1 spot instead of have you on the bottom.
I just didn't get it.
Disrespect me.
I didn't get it.
All right, I'm gonna jump up to my next number 9. Of course, guys, in the chat, you can still put what you think your number 10 is.
Crazy.
I'm moving on to. He said 10 is Groot. Still haven't seen it. And if you haven't seen something, you can rank it low. You haven't seen it, you can't rank it. Or if you tried and you just didn't like it, rank it low. Like nobody's gonna talk about you except us.
No one's gonna mock you. No one's gonna.
Sure.
Yeah, just us.
Just us. Don't worry.
Number 9. My number 9. This might surprise a lot of people too. My number 9 was She-Hulk. And the funny thing is, as much as I'm gonna blame this because you got hacked this week. That's what I'm gonna say. You're a little bit beside yourself. You're beside yourself because you got hacked this week, and I think we'll do a revote next week. I think just so that you can calm down from your hacking. Here's my issue with She-Hulk. Now we just reviewed it. We just watched it. We talked about it here on our show. We did the watch party. The reason why I'm ranking it so low, 2 reasons. Number 1, I just watched it. I don't have a desire to rewatch it right now. So, and number 2, the ending, like, it almost seems like the writers wrote themselves into a corner and they were like, you know what? She breaks the 4th wall. Let's just have her like completely rewrite the show. So they got us invested in a storyline that had no resolution except for I changed the ending. The whole blood storyline trying to get her blood? Who's trying to get her blood? Who's trying to get her blood? And then at the end, they did the Todd Hulk thing, which came out of, I won't necessarily say came out of nowhere, but I don't think there's any real basis for it in the comics. So a lot of people were like, oh shit, they actually went there. And then she just kind of went, you know what? Stop. This is stupid. I'm not doing it. And so the whole blood storyline, it's almost like when you watch something and then you find out it was a dream sequence or somebody imagined it. Like they invested you in something that didn't really happen. So it's like there's I don't like that.
Like the one thing I could add to that for sure is the thing is for me, like for that, like when it came to that part of the thingy, it's that part of the show, for me it reminded me of current generation in the sense of that's not how I want it, I'll do it how I want it.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It kind of seemed like it was this type of generations, you know what I mean? Like like not to put, I'm not putting it, it just seemed for me that it was like, you know, like, oh no, we can't have that, let's do it our way only. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I liked the spin because it definitely was, it threw you for a loop because the show's just going normal.
Yeah, I like because it threw for a loop.
She was
like
like,
that
I
fact.
just don't. She's like, this is how it's supposed to end. No, I don't like this.
Right.
Doesn't mean the storyline's going to stop because season 2 we already know is coming. And I heard through.
I think it's kind of made it made her look entitled,
going to
isn't
make
it?
an appearance. Scar's going to make an appearance.
Oh yeah.
And like the storyline is going to continue. So I kind of like how she just didn't want the finale to be so. It was like in the beginning where she was like, "Is it a lawyer show?"
Right. But was it a lawyer show?
But like the thing is,
I definitely thought it was a fun show.
Oh, I like the show. Again, I like the show.
I agree. I agree what you're saying, Chase. 100%. I agree what you're saying. Like the loop and everything was fantastic. I enjoyed it. But the thing is, like one, it kind of made it seem like a character seem entitled and everything. Right. But then going to what you're saying when you're saying like it was kind of nice and introducing what's happening in seconds. That whole scene with the whole Scar thing, that could have still been done without that whole loop thing, and people would have still been excited.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but for sure, like I think the whole element of her breaking out and thinking that I sat on the remote control and I went to the home screen of the Disney
that was hilarious.
Plus app, that was class. That was fantastic. You know what I mean?
The robot, the whole thing.
Wait, you know,
robot. Yes. Again, I liked it, and when we were watching it, I was so into it. It's just after the fact, thinking about it, it's like, but yeah, they just kind of. They basically took a
with anybody else.
Oh no! Outside of Deadpool, you really couldn't pull it off. So again, I liked it. I liked the twist. It's just when you, in hindsight, it's like you just took a dump on your whole show, basically. You know.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what kind of makes me go, yeah, I don't really need to watch this again now. You know, like I got it. I got the story. Okay. So that's why that was my number.
I tend to watch like the day it comes out, and then I'll watch it again within 2 days.
Yeah.
If I really like the show, so that way, because you always catch stuff you missed.
Oh yeah.
Every time.
Yeah. I mean, I will be honest. Recently, like I don't even know. I think only 2 of the shows on my list I've actually rewatched multiple times. All the rest I've watched through once and haven't really watched again. The Star Wars shows I've watched a couple times, but these I really haven't. So, Heat, what's your number 9?
Number 9.
Well, listen, this is just purely because, and I got no heat on this at all. Mm-hmm. It's just merely because I haven't seen it at all, and that's Winter Soldier. I haven't watched the episode.
Falcon and a Winter Soldier.
But then I'll put it on number 9 because I literally have nothing to say of it because I haven't watched it, so I can't comment on it. I'll put it at number 10 with the exception of I really don't like Wonder.
I don't understand how you put in a show you never watched above a show you actually watched.
I just said to you, like I don't have anything to say about it, and I really don't like Wonder. That's like, are you telling me my opinion doesn't count now?
It has to go to 9. That's gonna be me with
you. I think it's definitely. Is this the real? Is this the real Jkl? I'm Chase, bro, what you got, bro?
I got the werewolf thing because I didn't see it. Just the same reason you had. Same exact reason.
So you're putting a show you didn't watch above a show you actually watched.
That's how much.
I might end up moving it to number 1 in a week, but yeah, I mean, hell, I might.
No, we'll see. Like once I watch it, then
Yeah.
you know, maybe I'll put it up on the rank. I don't know.
Just giving you crap. But Chase, you will definitely move Werewolf by Night up. It's a good show. It's really good.
Okay,
By
so
how
that
much
was-
I don't know, but it is a good show. It's a good show.
Second one.
All right, so we got a couple of washes there because you guys didn't watch. But all right, number 8. Number 8, I put Miss Marvel. That was my number 8, mainly because I don't think it really needs a rewatch. Like you watch it once, I think you kind of just get it, unless you really love the character. And I'm not in love with the character. I do love the show, what they did as far as the cultural background and showing her with her family and not over explaining the culture. They just kind of let them be without having it thrown in your face, how most shows will have to explain every little thing. Like they had their little nicknames that they didn't talk about. They had their foods and their customs, and it's like, this is just their life, you know? So I love that part of it. The reason it's so low on the list is I don't really think it has a lot of rewatchability for somebody like me. It was meant more for a younger audience. I loved it while I was watching it, but it's like, I don't have to rewatch it. And then the storyline is like, okay, I got it. It wasn't anything that interesting. It was great to see, but it's like, okay, it is what it is. Now I'm ready to see her in the Marvels movie. That's it. So, what was your number 8? Heat.
Okay, so like I never finished watching this, and the reason why it's so low on my list at number 8. Sorry,
I said I feel like we're gonna hear that a lot.
that's very rude. I'm just saying, like, I feel like you've become a different person.
Put
I don't know
myself
what's
on
up with you.
timeout. I'm hacked. I'm really not me right now. I've been hacked.
Listen, I didn't finish watching it, right? And the reason for that is it didn't keep me to watch it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I would actually try and watch it, but then when the next episode came on, I'll be like, oh no, I'll watch it later. And later became like, I'm not going to carry on watching it. Now,
participation.
what I got to say about the show is the fact that I like the angle and I like what they try to do to try and make it a younger audience and trying to change the typical audience of the show. So my number 8 is Miss Marvel, as you mentioned, right? Now there's nothing wrong with it. I thought the acting and everything and going, as you said, the whole cultural thing and everything was fantastic. It was. But the show itself didn't have enough to actually just keep me saying, watch next week.
I gotta watch it. Right, gotcha.
Do you know what I mean? And that's why it's so low on the list. I'm sure if it had something to say, yeah, bro, like, listen, watch this is going to be good. The next episode's going to be fantastic.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that. I'm sure one day when I don't have anything to watch, then I'll watch the rest, and I might appreciate it a little bit more if I continue watching it.
Yeah, I got you.
You know?
Yeah, again, that show I figured was going to be really decisive when it came out because it's definitely a younger character. You can see the show was made for a younger audience.
Yeah. I like that dynamic of it. You know what I mean? They didn't. It's not your typical Marvel. You know what I mean? Like, it's the younger crowd, and it's like, you know.
Yeah. So Chase,
Yes,
what was your
it
number
was-
8?
It was Miss Marvel.
Agreed. Oh wow, clean sweep on number 8. I didn't think that would happen.
There we go.
Awesome.
It was definitely Miss Marvel. The storyline was a bit jumpy as far as that. They're it was very hard to end. Like you were saying, like the anticipation to the next episode. Couldn't wait to watch the next episode.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, I'll catch it. Oh, I better watch it because we might be saying something on Hot Popics this week.
Right.
You see, like,
It's like a motivation to watch it. You had to have a motivation. The graphics
it was
were
like
okay.
I don't want spoilers, so let me watch it.
Yeah, and you're battling the Jinn and just the whole storyline. And like you said, I think it was specifically to bring in a new, younger audience to Marvel because they've been beating the characters, like the OG characters, over our heads for decades. Mm-hmm. How many Thor Marvel movies can you just, and trying to get new fans, it's going to be a lot harder. So then they're like, let's bring in a young character. So I think it was a little forced. So that's why I put it as at number 8.
And she's a pretty popular character in the comics, so I can see why they would choose her. But yeah, the storyline was a little lackluster.
For sure.
She's a multicultural character too, which is great.
Yeah,
because
and
now
that's great.
the times right now, it's
I
perfect
definitely
time to
love
bring her out.
That was
So
my
these-
favorite part about it was the cultural stuff that they showed that I don't get privy to. I don't know any Muslim people that close that I go into their homes, so I like the insight to different
Right.
cultures and things
Yeah,
like
very
that.
cool.
That I don't know. I love stuff like that, and the fact that they just showed it and was like, "This is how we live." I was like, "Oh, that's pretty awesome." So, but yeah, the storyline itself was kind of. I was excited watching it because I'm like, "Oh, where are we going?" But again, now knowing the whole story, it's like, okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
What say you?
So
Still got the thought? This guy.
Oh no, I'm cool.
okay, all right.
I thought you were going to thought. I forgot what he said.
All right, so we got a clean sweep. We all put Miss Marvel number 8. All right, so my number 7 was I Am Groot.
Finally. It's like, man.
It
moving up
was
on
getting
the stand,
kind of
let's
high
get the
up
man.
there. You were like, how high is he gonna get?
Yeah,
Before he says I Am
he's
Groot?
torture.
Listen, I Am Groot. I don't have a problem with how short it was. I mean, yes, it frustrated me because I'm like, when you have shorts like that, especially when you're expecting it to be longer, you think it's going to be like a full length 20-30 minute show and ends up being 3-4 minutes. That's frustrating. That did upset me. But out of the, how many episodes they had? 6, 5? I don't know how many.
No,
At
it was
least
4
4
or
of
something.
them.
See, that's a good 6, 5, I don't know.
There's only 2 of them I really didn't care for. All the rest of them I enjoyed. So out of the enjoyability of it and the fact that they are so short, it's more incentive for me to go rewatch if I want to. Because like, oh yeah, I got 3 minutes to kill. Let me watch this episode real quick. So, and like I said, I liked most of them were funny. So I'm like, oh.
Now tell me the ones that you did like, you weren't wishing that it wasn't longer.
I do wish they were a little longer. It would have been good. But then again,
half-hour episodes?
How much could you have taken, though? It's a fine line between being cute and funny for a short period and then dragging it out too long. So
sure, well,
I don't know.
Throw in Rocket like they tried to.
So it was kind of like I said. I totally understand that they were short and it kind of sucked. It was like, come on, guys, you could have did so much more than that. But again, I was like, I enjoyed most of them. Only 2 of them I really didn't like. So
one where he's taking a bath, one where he stomps the little dudes. That was cute.
Yeah, that
funny,
was funny. The one where he did the dance contest against himself, the alien. It was so. And then towards the right before spoilers, he blows him out the airlock. Like I didn't see that coming. It was like he click. I was like, holy crap! That was just cool. It was funny. I found it hilarious. I think that was my favorite episode. That was just so good. So, anyway,
okay.
7 Groot. My number 7 was Groot. Pop T. What was your name?
What do you have for 7?
Okay. Number 7 was Groot for me too.
Okay. Oh, I was about to say clean sweep, but I forgot to change it.
Yeah, change the reboot. The reason for me, I was thinking about it, and I was thinking if those episodes were longer, I don't think I would have been interested in it. I think I would have gotten bored of it, to be honest. In my opinion, if it was a 20-minute show or 25, whatever it is, I think I would have gotten bored of it. I think the novelty would have worn off after maybe 1 or 2 episodes. Right. So they definitely made them. There was a good judgment in the sense of make it short episodes. Right. But for me, something about it, I'm not saying make everything blood and gory. Right. And I know he's like a kid in it and everything. But he's kind of like an adult in a kid's body in a way. You know what I mean? Is it not?
In a way, I mean, listen.
Do you know what I mean? He's still got his adult Groot mind and everything, but he's doing. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not. He's on a spaceship.
Yeah, and Guardians too. He was.
Do you know what I mean? He's on an alien. Do you know what I'm? But do you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm bringing it across right. It's like the episodes were cool in a way, but yeah.
Yeah,
But
was
it,
alright.
like, to be honest, like,
But-
I think the main point that it was down low is I think if it was anything longer, I wouldn't have watched it. And
Yeah.
anything above
Might have been too annoying.
this point, it starts getting tougher to rank the shows. So this is kind of one of the ones that are, out of the whole lot, I'm really least interested in. If you had to say to me,
Yeah.
would you watch that
I mean-
good stuff again? No, I'd rather have 2 sips of my coffee.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying though? Like, you know what I mean? I'd rather fold a couple of t-shirts. You know, I wouldn't really make an effort to
Don't
watch
get up
it
to get
again.
an extra cup of coffee in the middle of
I
the
know, right?
episode.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I can
just
tell
started.
my next 3 were hard, but we'll get to those in a second. So Chase, you're number 7.
My number 7. I'm going Falcon Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier.
Ooh, okay, go.
Mainly because give me Winter Soldier or give me Falcon. Well, why did you have to put both? The storyline's too. I wished it was more of a movie, but then again, the series makes it like a long movie. But then again,
It didn't have to be that long, right?
yeah. And I would have rather had, like, because there was a lot of stuff with Winter Soldier that was like just left untold.
Mhm.
You know, the whole Wakanda thing, and then boom, now all of a sudden he's just.
Yeah.
I don't know. I the villains.
Yeah, the flag smashers. Yeah,
Just
definitely could have been
yeah.
done better.
I
See,
think for sure they could have done better with that.
I ranked it higher, and we'll get to it in a second. But
Mhm.
the thing I will say about Falcon and Winter Soldier, out of I think all these shows, that's the one that was changed the most from what it was originally supposed to be, because the storyline was supposed to revolve around a worldwide virus,
Mhm.
a virus that they had that they were trying to spread worldwide, and then what happened? A freaking worldwide virus hit. So they had to change the whole story. They were like, well, yeah, exactly. While after they shot it, they had already shot all this stuff. So that's a little bit of why the story wasn't as good as it could have been.
Here's the
So yeah, they definitely rearranged and changed up some stuff. So that kind of hampered it, in my opinion. But I ended up ranking it a little higher. So we'll get to it. Anything to say, Heath, before we move on about Falcon and Winter Soldier? Because we're both going to talk about it, because we got to rank it ourselves. I'm gonna
Sure,
hold your
yeah.
opinion till you rank it, or
any
I guess we'll
opinion
hold on to it. He's like, no. So my number 6.
sorry, no. I've just read something in the Pop the Chaos group. That's a bit crazy.
Okay.
Not crazy, but it's like, wow. Sorry, what were you saying? I was very rude.
Don't worry
I
about
apologize.
Number
That's very.
number six. I put Hawkeye as my number 6. These next 3 for me, you could flip flop in any order, but this is just the order I have it in now. Hawkeye. As much as I loved Hawkeye, the show, I think it was pretty funny. It had some pretty good intrigue and all that stuff, and then bringing in the Kingpin. I liked Echo as a character. She's getting her own show, so I'm excited to see it. The main reason it's where it is because certain things that happened in the show, it was mostly played just for laughs, and I understand when they're trying to do a comedy or trying to make the shows more funny, but it just came off as a low budget Avenger movie. So it was like, I liked Kate Bishop, I liked Hawkeye, I liked everything, and then the whole thing with the Watch ended up being his wife. So his wife is Mockingbird, and everybody knows the comics. Mockingbird was an agent for S.H.I.E.L.D., and she was an Avenger, and they had a thing. So, tying that all in was kind of cool, but it was like, I thought there were going to be bigger stakes, and it really ended up being small, which we should have expected because it's Hawkeye. So it was just kind of it's one of those, that's why it's basically in the middle. It's one of those shows that, I would watch it again, but I got a lot of shows I'd rather watch. So that's basically why. Oh my God. Packages. We haven't had this happen in weeks.
Oh, nice.
Pete, tell your number 6.
Number
I'll be
6.
back.
Go.
Okay, so number 6, I'm gonna put the werewolf, and the reason why it's so much higher than the rest is I absolutely love werewolves. I think werewolves is the shit. Like it's honestly, it's always been one of my favorite supernatural,
super like monsters, like
themed
monsters.
things. Werewolves, very very cool.
Yeah.
I'm actually want to watch it. I'm excited to watch it. It's just I haven't had time recently to actually watch a lot of things, and unfortunately, I am more of an anime fan than I am of a Marvel fan, so I kind of do prioritize, and yeah. But I want to get to watch it. The werewolf, I did see it on the Disney Plus home screen. I was like, oh, this is interesting, but I saw how long it is, and I don't really have a lot of that time to spare, as per se, because I'd rather watch 2 episodes of my weekly anime as opposed to, if you understand the logic.
For sure.
So yeah, werewolf, anything with werewolves is fantastic. I love it, and there's so many different aspects of werewolves out there. And considering you also a big fan, there's a show called The Covenant. I think it's called. They got a unique aspect on the whole werewolf, where you actually wear the werewolf's hide.
Okay.
Or the hide like kind of attacks you or something, and it's more of a spiritual thing than, if I can say, it's really cool.
Yeah,
something like that in a way, but it's really cool. I think it's called The Covenant. No,
okay.
I'll look it up and I'll send it to you, Chase. You definitely, if you big into werewolves, you definitely appreciate it.
For sure.
So what was your number 6?
The werewolf show. Even though I haven't seen it yet, but because I love werewolves. Because I love werewolves so much.
Yeah.
I know I dig werewolves. Like honestly, werewolves is the shit. Like honestly.
It's funny because I'm a vampire guy, so vampires and werewolves are usually at odds, but we're so cool.
A creature from the Black Lagoon. So there you go.
There you go.
My number 6 would be Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, there you go.
Hawkeye.
We all kind of.
I liked the show. I liked that it was cool to see a superhero with a prodigy. Like, I'm going to show you the way. Like, you don't normally get that. Other than the She-Hulk, but it wasn't really. Kind of showed her how to be Hulk, but she already knew how to kind of be a Hulk. So
yeah.
So I like that aspect a lot, and that guy was a very depressing character. So it made him. There's that one episode with the sweater. There's parts that just got you in the feels, man. I was just like, okay, I'm starting to really like this show. So it was more of a family oriented. So I had to put it at number 6. Not my favorite, but right in the middle.
Yeah. And to that point, Chase, it kind of showed the type of character he was, because he wasn't seeking fame. He didn't want special privileges for being an Avenger and saving the world. He just wanted to be a regular person living his life. Yeah. But he still went out his way to save this person that he didn't know and help her and in the holiday time, and left his family like I would have been like, all right, screw you. I'm going to spend time with my family.
Good luck with that.
I'm freaking going deaf. Like, I've put my life in danger so many times. Like, my kids need me. Sorry, I'm done. So, Yeah.
It was nice to see this.
It was.
I had to put the number 6 for sure.
All right. Cool.
Number 5.
My number 5, and play along in the chat, guys. You guys,
I know, right?
You're being shy on your rankings.
Anime werewolves look weird.
Anime werewolves look weird. I mean, anime everything looks weird.
The hair would be like
spiky werewolves. He said, "Now I'm gonna watch it." Sounds good. Yeah. My number 5, top 5, Falcon and Winter Soldier.
There it is.
And again, a Falcon and Winter Soldier and Hawkeye could flip-flop. It just so happens I liked the Falcon and Winter Soldier dynamic. Like, it was kind of a buddy cop type show where you have these two people who they kind of don't like each other, but they do have a respect for each other as heroes, and they were both Cap's best friend at different times in his life, so it was kind of, you know, that, well, we both had the same best friend who's not around, so now we're friends type of vibe. Because you ever meet your best friend's other friends, and you're like, well, he's my best friend. Like, who are you? Like, you know, so that weirdness. Like I said, the storyline was kind of meh because they had to change it up and switch things around. So it was kind of disjointed in some places, but I loved the U.S. agent John Walker. Definitely a character you love to hate. So I like that. I don't like the fact that he kind of got redeemed in the end just like that. It's like, no, let him still be a douche, but we'll see what happens in further shows or movies or whatever. But it was good. And what Ray said, yes, they incorporated a lot of truth into that series of real world what happens when you're just a black citizen walking around. It's like, yeah, shit like that happens all the time, guys, and people don't want to believe it, but it's true, man. So I like that part of it. With the super soldier program that they tested on Isaiah, or is it? I always get their names mixed up. The older and the newer, Isaiah and Eli. I don't know which one's the older one and which one's the younger one, but they were both super soldiers in the comics. So the fact that he was a super soldier and they just kind of brushed him under the rug and, you know, abused him and he got no type of credit, and then Captain America comes out and he's like, yes, he's the big face of the country. It's like, well, what about me? I didn't fight for my country. I didn't get tested on. I didn't, like, come on. So I like that part of it, that they actually put it in the show. I didn't know if they would or not. Like, in the comics, it's easy to do, but to put it on in the show was like, oh, okay. Yeah. So I kind of like that. Cool. I like that. So Heat, number 5.
Number five.
All right, so number 5 for me was She-Hulk. Now, not that it was not a bad show, and as I mentioned just before, it's getting a lot more harder for me to rank them now because the last few shows they're all pretty decent shows.
Right.
If you had to ask me if I wanted to watch She-Hulk again, I wouldn't. To be honest,
Okay.
like out of the top 5 now, that would be the last one I would rewatch.
Okay.
If you understand my logic, like,
Yeah,
I would watch it, sure, but like, I mean, if I had to choose 4 things to watch, She-Hulk would get the bump. You know?
Right.
Not that it's not too good, but the thing is, for me, like, I hope they do something a little bit different in season 2. I think, me personally, even though she maybe did do it a lot in even though she done it a lot in the comic, I think she done the breaking the fourth wall way too much.
Too much?
Yeah, like way, in my opinion though. Like, I know some people like dig that type of thing, but I feel like they did it way too much, right?
Okay.
But yeah, otherwise the show, it was really, really cool. I did enjoy it, watching it from week to week. And that's why it's so much higher on the list than a few of the other ones, because it actually kept me going to watch the next week. Right. And then obviously, as mentioned earlier, a lot of, like, the ending I felt could have gone a lot better.
Yep.
You know, the one thing I've like even though I'm glad like Scar's introduced into the storyline, but I don't like the fact that, oh, here's my son, Scar. And then that's it. It's like, that's the biggest load of bullshit ever. More time than him. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, what is that guy?
Todd Hulk.
Todd Hulk got more time.
Last time we saw Hulk, he was feet up and he's sitting there on the phone.
You know, and I'm sure he's going to be featured more in season 2 and everything for sure. But like, I mean, I don't know, like that kind of. I like the interaction between Jennifer Walters and it's Jennifer Walters, right? Yeah. and Kevin the robot, the AI creating the Marvel MCU, supposedly, and everything. I dig that part of it, but the fact that when she stood there changing every single thing, one thing that really annoyed me, and I suppose they wanted to make it all cheesy, was, and why is it not during the day? It's like, what type of COVID secret organization meets during the day? You know, and I was like, oh, come on, really? Nah, that's like too much.
Yeah.
And then, like, I kind of dig Daredevil's character. You know, I think it's pretty cool. I like the concept of the Daredevil character and everything. And then when they made him like, and I might get heat for this, but they made him a piece of meat.
I knew he was gonna say that.
Do you know what I mean? Like I might get heat for this. I don't know. And then you're gonna have like the 50 million woman in the chat saying, "Oh, but that's how women have felt for generations." Like, but that's not my point. Like, the thing is, he's a solid hero, but they made him kind of look like a clown. Like, in the last episode, it's like, and then Deadpool and whatever, he has to be there, and then he just during the day he's there in his costume.
Yeah, he's just there. Yeah. Which doesn't make sense for Daredevil because he doesn't. Really
but I understand. I understand that they wanted to make it cheesy and everything, and that was the whole point of it. But it was too much. And then
he's like walking around in a suit, thinking it's freaking dark. And
you know what I mean? Like technically, it's all dark for him since he's like blind and shit. But still, and then what made it like even worse was like the whole like Sunday Thanksgiving lunch thing around the picnic table with family, and it's like just super cheesy. Like, you don't talk about money, you don't talk about it. It's like, oh, come on, man! Like, really? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's the kind of.
I mean, those.
And this is all stuff that I thought about after we had watched it. I think,
after the
really
fact.
was. You know what I mean? Like, really.
See, that's the stuff that comes to you after the fact. Like
when I say I'm not going to rewatch it again because I know that's going to come again. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I know that part's going to irritate me some more if I rewatch it. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then of course, then it couldn't. As I thought, it couldn't get any more stupider. Then that's when the scar thing happened. It's like, oh, here's my son's car.
Yeah. So it's almost like they threw in a bunch of stuff at the end. Just
because they ran out of time or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like, where was that, man? Like, and in the comics, She-Hulk and Daredevil did have a thing. I mean, they're both lawyers.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm not saying they shouldn't have a thing. Just the way they did it was shitty.
The biggest issue I had with Daredevil was if you watch the Daredevil series that was on Netflix, that's on Disney Plus now because they got the rights back. So if you watch that series and see how that character was, and then watch him on She-Hulk, he's so different. It's like he was so much more dark and broody in the Daredevil series, and they got the same actor to play him, so they're almost saying like, yeah, this is this character. And they gave him his wit because he is kind of witty, you know. So you take him from a dark, broody show and then put him in a light, funny show, and it's almost like such a contrast. So it was like, I still like the character, but if you're telling me this is the same character, it's like, okay, what happened? How did?
But like that's it though, like, isn't it? There's a lot of serious factors in there that they made like kind of like a funny joke about it, in a way, right?
And Nick said, when has anybody ever complained about too much cheese? Like, you're in the business. When I tell you I want cheese, I want cheese.
And listen, like, to be honest, like, I'd rather have less of like the dating life and more of the introduction of Scar.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that whole scene of her sitting twerking for 5 minutes towards the end of the one episode.
It wasn't 5 minutes. It was literally like 7 seconds. I think
it was 11 seconds. 11 seconds too long.
I think,
you know what I mean?
I think Scar got just about as much time as her twerking.
He deserved more. He deserved more, and you know it, man. No, but listen, in all, the show was good. I did enjoy it. It's just that I'm literally, I'm nitpicking. I am, but I mean that's just because I'm making a list of superior shows here. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, right. I got you. Because I liked it too. You see how low I ranked it. So as far as compared to these shows, Chase number 5, bro. Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk.
How about She-Hulk? Chills. That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, I again, because I loved it was fun. I definitely look forward to each episode. She was, all that.
He said,
And a cup of tea.
And a cup of tea and a biscuit. Like go ahead.
If I would have told you 4 years ago, in 4 years they're going to do a She-Hulk show, and she's going to be twerking in the show, and she's going to be like sleeping with everybody, you'd be like, I don't think so.
You'd have been like, I don't know if I want to see that. But then it comes out, and you're like, you know what, I like seeing it.
I definitely want to see that.
But you know that, you know my point though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's
I got you. Again, that was
it's literally the most
writing.
invincible person or
That
character. One of the most invincible characters in the Marvel universe.
Which
Do you know what I mean?
I think I laughed more during that show than pretty much any of the shows, as far as because they would throw in the little comedy, little things here and there during all the different kinds of shows.
And look, also like going what Tilt's saying, like about the drinking and the stuff. Like, the thing is, like, no one ever thought about like what if the Hulk drank and it doesn't really affect him, but when he shrinks down to Banner again,
what happened?
Is it going to hit him like a bus?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and I appreciate that they had small details like that.
But see, that brings up a different problem though, because like, as the Hulk, you can imagine he could eat a lot more, right? So what if he eats like a ton of food and then shrinks back down? Is that all in his belly? Like, is he gonna freaking die from having way too much food in his system? Like, that just kind of
maybe the food shrinks too.
No, because if the food shrinks, then the alcohol should shrink, right? He shouldn't have as much alcohol in his system either.
He's like lightweight, one shot. It's one shot Willie. That's what we call him.
So it was a great detail that they put in there. So I like that. But again, I like the show, and a lot of your points are valid. I'm like, that's true. That's true. But I would have ranked it higher if I had more of a desire to watch it again. I just don't have a desire to watch it again. Like I said, I feel like I just watched it and I got it. And I loved a lot of the stuff they did in the show, though. The commentary on internet trolls, a lot of the women hate that Marvel's been getting lately since they bring out female superheroes. Having a female lead that's sexually active on a Disney show. I'm like, okay, they're doing a lot with the show, so it's pretty cool. I just don't really like the ending. I mean, I love the fourth wall break, her going to talk to Kevin and all that. It's just she just totally changed the ending of the show, and we were invested in this long ass storyline that didn't have a resolution. It was like, come on, man, don't do that. Like, intelligentsia and the blood plot and what's going on. And then nope, I don't like that. We're changing that story. What?
And like, if you think about it, though, like,
it's cool how it happened. It's
kind of like they did pull. It's kind of like they did pull a Vince McMahon right before the show, tears up the whole Raw script, and then just goes. Like he will talk you through the whole show.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like you have, like, another thing annoyed me. You mentioned it now. It's like you got a group called whatever you called it.
Intelligentsia.
Okay, anyway. Now, it's really smart. It sounds corporate. It sounds big. It sounds massive. And then you've got a doofus like Todd that's leader of it.
Yeah, that's doofus the thing,
Todd.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like
it definitely should have been better. The ending should have been better.
Even when we were breaking it down, like,
but yeah, like, listen,
got
like,
attacked,
no,
and
like,
the needle thing, she smacks him. His head should have just been splat.
Yeah. Especially if she's in the moment.
She threw him up in the air. He didn't. come down on his neck.
Right. No worries, Till. Thank you for coming to hang out.
Thanks, bro.
Stay awesome, man.
All right. So I'm gonna jump into number 4. My number 4 was What If.
I'm shocked by that. I'm shocked. Honestly.
You shocked that it's number 4?
I thought it would have been higher on your list, to be honest.
Number 4.
Number 4 out of the next 4 shows. Listen, I haven't watched it again, but I so want to watch it again. I forgot all about it, actually. I was like, oh, what? Yeah, I forgot about What If. This show was so good. I mean, with the exception of the last episode where they cut an episode and they rearranged the order of some of the episodes, so it kind of wonky the storyline a little bit. The through line storyline, because each show was kind of its own show, but there was kind of a through line as to why we were following these characters. But other than that, like, I like stuff like this because this is like a comic book nerd out session of, oh, what if this happened, and what if this happened, and this character became this character. So I like that they went there with the multiverse, showing different versions of certain characters, or what they would be like if they went down this path instead of this path. And then the whole lead up to the ending of them all coming together to have to fight the mega super Ultron. I was like, oh, sweet. Again, another one of those shows where the ending was kind of like, oh, okay. Like,
a little bit.
Expected to be a little better, but it was still a great show. I liked it. I liked how they went through and introduced the Watcher and the multiverses and things like it. Was really cool. I liked it. Fun show for me. Heat. What was your number 4?
All right, so number 3 and number 4 was very hard for me, as was number 1 and 2. Right. Number 4 for me is Hawkeye.
Okay.
Now, I really digged Hawkeye. I thought Hawkeye was a really cool thing, and I think there's a lot of small elements that actually made the show. Right. What I definitely did like was seeing more of Hawkeye, seeing a side of Hawkeye that you don't really see that often, because let's face it, he's the least favorite Avenger. But that's because people don't know him, and he hasn't got some stupendous superpower, and he's just basically a well-trained assassin. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's another reason why he's not as known. He's not supposed to be.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, for sure. And I like the look into it, and another thing and the reason why this is higher on the list than a lot of the other guys is because it actually kept me going to watch the next episode. I was excited to see, are they finally going to show the retro costume? Are they going to do the costume? They never did in the end, but still, like, you know what I mean? Like,
they came close, but yeah,
it came close, but they got me interested in doing it, like checking it out, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the small things like the unrealistic arrows that he used, the giant-sized arrow, you know, all those things.
I love
really,
that because from the comic, it's
for sure
absurd, but to see it actually play out in real world situations, like, oh, it's so cool. I mean, we know it's stupid, but it's like fun.
One of the comments that stuck out, and I still remember, is someone in the comment. I can't remember who said it, but like someone said in the chat, like, while we're watching, they said, like, who's cleaning up after Clint with all these arrows and shit he's using?
Picking up all the arrows, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and like, you don't think of things like that, and it's like it's funny, you know. And what's that girl's name? It's like I don't have any experience with the second generation of Hawkeye, right? Like Haley Steinfeld. What's her name? Was it Haley Steinfeld
in the show? Yeah, Haley Steinfeld was the actor.
I think she played the part very well. To be honest, I thought it was really cool. To be honest, I did enjoy it. I wouldn't mind watching this again, as opposed to watching. And this is one of the reasons I brought up She-Hulk. I'd rather watch Hawkeye again than She-Hulk, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, to see a little bit more of it, to watch a little bit of the comic things. And you mentioned it earlier, Kingpin and that big fight at the end, that blew my mind. That was amazing. Yeah. I dig that so much, man.
Wait a couple of weeks and give it another run. It'll be the season.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It will, honestly, but give me another season that's not around the Christmas holidays.
Yeah. Actually, we watched it last year this time. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, give me a series that hasn't got like a festive theme to it, but like, you know what I mean? Something a little bit more.
Right.
You know? Another thing I enjoyed about it was and the only reason this isn't higher up on the list is because the other shows were fortunately just so much more better, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? I like that from watching, you can actually tell this isn't a superpowered superhero, and the fact that he has to keep up with people with superpowers is actually playing a toll on him.
Yeah, that's another.
You know what I mean? I actually felt that storytelling. That, you know what I mean? It was really good. I really did enjoy it.
Like a Batman fan.
But it's true. Yeah, it's like, listen, all that's gonna take a toll on your body, man. And
yeah, definitely. And I really dig it. And they just kept on adding one or two small things that just played it. And Natalia's sister, it is. What was her name again?
I was gonna mention her too. Elena.
One of the best parts. My favorite part is whenever she was on the screen and she would speak. It's the best.
Yeah, she stole almost every scene. Yeah,
I wish she'd literally get her own show. Like it was really good. The mac and cheese thing, where she was sharing mac and cheese, was the best, dude. It was the best. I really enjoyed it. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was such a it's one of those scenes where if you written it just a little different or had actors that weren't as good, it would just come off as, pardon the pun, cheesy. But the fact that you had two great actors pulling that off, and the dialogue wasn't so bad that it was like, okay, what the hell are they talking about? Mac and cheese, really? Like they played it in a way where it was just tense, and you're like, oh my god, what's about to happen? It was such a good scene. I loved it.
But I mean, they pulled the characters so well. Like, you know, I never really watched the Black Widow movie full, and the introduction of Elena and everything, and that sort of thing. I never watched full, but the fact that she was in this, I really enjoyed the character. They did a very good job with her character, you know. And the small quips like Kate, and the way she used to say Kate, and the way her accent, everything just was brilliant. And like, you know, she doesn't want to kill, like, you know, quips like, I don't want to kill you, don't make me do this, and like, you know, like, I can see them having their own show together, to be honest.
That would,
you know, Kate, and you know what I mean, like.
I don't know how good it would be, but it would be funny.
I think it would be good, to be honest. Like, you know what I mean, like. And now you got Kate learning from another assassin, which is trained. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just
it would be awesome. It would be awesome. But yeah, that was another part of the show I failed to mention. Yelena, she was awesome in that show. Her character was awesome. Chase, you're number 4, sir.
My number 4 was WandaVision.
WandaVision.
I wanted to rank her a little higher, but the other ones had just too much going for them. 1 through 3. So Wanda, I like the fact that they continued her storyline, gave her own format to do it on. Like, just, I love that because, you know, she lost Vision.
Yep.
What, you know, and then boom, WandaVision. And then you get the kids, and there's so much awesomeness going on. I do admit it was a bit confusing a couple times, you know, the first episode, second episode, but then by 3, you're like, okay, now I know what they're doing.
Yeah.
At first, you didn't know what the hell they were doing. Okay, where's this going? Well, I'm lost. But then, towards the end, stuff started getting explained. The whole bubble.
The hex. Yeah.
Them setting up on the outside, and just I really liked it. And we all that follow the WandaVision, we knew it was a lead in to Doctor Strange.
Right.
So that was kind of cool. So there was a lot of anticipation for me for that. So I always looked forward to the next episode, just to get to are they gonna bring this character in?
Right.
And then what's her name? The agent that breaks basically the wall.
Oh,
I love that storyline.
Oh, Jesus.
I
can't remember her name all of a sudden.
I didn't want to say.
Oh my god!
But what a great character,
Maria Rambeau.
Yeah,
Monica Rambeau. Sorry, Monica.
So good, so good. I like that part, and like the whole children thing just blew my mind, man. I was just It just what?
Yeah. I got more to say about it too, but I'm gonna wait because obviously I haven't named it yet. So you know.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a couple more things I can think of, but it's
yeah, I agree with you. I mean, of course, we got a Wanda hater over here, but come on.
I'm not Wanda hater. Like,
I love seeing her in all the different get-ups too, when she was like 60s, and
Yeah.
70s, and,
Yeah.
you know, hot
That was so
mom.
cool.
and-
Yeah, it was cool.
It's just,
And of course, come on,
And the
Agatha.
accent,
Agatha
just-
was awesome,
Agatha.
man. That was, come
oh,
on.
so many good things. Yeah.
But we'll
so
get to it.
that
We'll
was-
get
that
to
was,
it.
That was my
Yeah.
my number 4.
Yeah, number 4, awesome. All right, we're gonna speed through a couple of these. I mean, it's bad to speed through our top 3s, but we got stuff to do later, so I'm
Yes,
not gonna
yes,
dwell too
so
much on
anything.
it. But for me, my number 3 was Werewolf by Night. You guys haven't seen it, so I don't want to spoil it or go
Okay.
too much into it. I think it's a great show because it's pretty much contained. I mean, maybe it's not contained. Like, is it part of the bigger Marvel universe? Is it just a
What?
special? I don't know. When you guys watch it, you'll understand why I say that. It's something that happens that you're gonna be like, oh, okay, was this just its own little thing, or is this part of the bigger story? I liked it because, you know, the whole Monster Hunter thing and their own little like club of monster hunters, and it was I liked it. It was good. Anyway, your number 3, Heat.
Number 3.
Top
Okay, like I'll keep it as short as I possibly can. Okay, number 3, this was literally a big toss-up between the two. Number 3 is Loki.
Loki, number 3. Oh no. Okay.
Okay, now Loki was good, but the other 2 shows that I haven't mentioned, and you can actually figure out which the other 2 are, obviously.
Yeah.
Right. Loki was good. It was really good. I did enjoy it thoroughly. But like, to be honest, and I'm sure they don't have to do it all the time. It's like he's the god of mischief, isn't he?
Mhm.
It wasn't very mischievous.
Was
was
it
it?
a mischief for you?
No, listen. You know what I mean? Like, if he's the god of mischief,
Right.
you know. But otherwise, it was very good. I did enjoy it. The characters introduced, everything was fantastic. You know, I'm excited for episode 2. I think
It's gonna be great.
Owen Wilson.
what's his name? What's the
Mobius and Mobius.
Mobius, that's it, yeah. Mobius, sorry. I thought the stellar performance.
Yeah.
It was really good. I really enjoyed it. And I'm not a big Owen Wilson fan at all. Like, I don't like the guy. He irritates the shit out of me. But like, he did a really good job, honestly. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And yeah, that's my number 3.
Okay. Chase, number 3.
Number 3, Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. Okay.
Moon Knight. Love the characters, love the backstory, love Egyptian, love the whole. It was just very mysterious, and who doesn't like pyramids and all that? It was just awesome. It was awesome. I love that they were with the whole gods were fighting, and the ending was pretty spectacular. When they went to the land of the dead on the ship, and just the whole thing was really, really cool. I mean, I don't know. I really gravitated towards it, and the ending, they left it open. They brought in the Scarab, the Beetle. It's like, let's go. They're gonna keep it going, and I want to know more about the other characters. Like, if you read a few of the comics and stuff, like it's just so much deeper, and they can only touch on when he's going down with him and his other ego are talking to each other, and they're trying to. It was just so good. I don't know. I really liked it. Really liked it. Thought it was awesome.
Nick says Owen Wilson was going to be in Deadpool 3. It's confirmed. I didn't hear that, but I'm going to look that up to see. All right, Nick. Yeah, again, Moon Knight. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I'm interested to see where they go with the character and the other personality and stuff. It's just, again, compared to all these other shows, I'm just like, yeah, I do want to rewatch it, but I could watch all these other shows first. That's why I ranked it number 10. But again, not because I didn't like it. It's just, but yeah, awesome. All right, so top 2. My number 2 was Loki. I figured somebody would have it as number 1. I think somebody might, but Heat put it at number 3. I put it at number 2. I think it's Chase's number 1, but we're gonna find out. I put Loki at number 2 because it's one of the only shows I've rewatched a few times because it was just so good. I mean, I get what you're saying. He got a mischief and he wasn't mischievous enough.
But
the
like,
issue, go ahead.
Sorry, like, just remember though, like, it's just that for me, the other 2 shows were so much better. Do you know, my number 1 and number 2, it's not that it's a bad show, it's just that there's something just a little bit.
Oh no,
better.
I don't think it's bad.
Do you know what I
either.
mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that played a big role into it.
The main thing I didn't like. Well, there's two things I didn't like about the show. One, Loki is a really smart character, and they didn't play him as being smart enough, in my opinion. They played him as being smart, but kind of dumb. But smart is one of those where he's dumb when he needs to be dumb, but he's smart when he needs to be smart. And it's like, come on, Loki is super smart, man. Like,
but kind of like in some way, they also made him look like a monkey too, didn't they?
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
You know what I mean?
So that's the thing that kind of irritated me about it. But I understand they have to kind of play him a little less than what he should be, especially being a god, quote unquote. And the second thing I didn't like about the show, although it's probably one of the best parts, was when they find He Who Remains, and then he's talking about, time being a flat circle and everything is actually happening simultaneously. But if everything is happening simultaneously, like the whole timeline of everything that ever happened, then there's no real order of events, meaning this can't really affect that to really affect that, because it's all happening at the same time. So my nerd brain is going, well, that just doesn't make sense. Maybe they didn't explain it to me right.
Step
I didn't
on the
catch
cricket
it.
and it doesn't do anything.
Right, like it just doesn't matter. Like there's no causality if everything's happening at the exact same time. Is what I'm saying. Like,
maybe
so
anyway, that more in the season 2.
Yeah, right. But that doesn't take away from the show. It's just one of those nitpicky things, like you said earlier, when you nitpick. Like, yeah,
Sure.
I'm just nitpicking. But Loki, yeah, it was such a good show, so good, and a lot of the Easter eggs and the characters, and then having all the different Lokis, and it was pretty awesome. I like that show.
Yeah.
So number 2, Heat.
Number 2.
What's your number 2?
Right. This was very hard for me. Okay, like hardest of all, making a list and stuff. Moon Knight, number 2.
Ooh,
right.
Okay. Both.
I
you guys
really,
ranked Moon
really
Knight pretty
digged
high.
Moon Knight, right? I really, really did. And
Okay.
if I could put these two both number 1, I would. I really would, honestly. The one of the few things, and I don't want to touch on too many others, we'll sit here talk all night, is the fact that I don't think they touched on enough of the actual characters of Moon Knight, right? Mr. Knight, one of my favorites. Honestly, he's brilliant. Like, I like the look and everything of Moon Knight, Mr. Knight. It's fantastic, man. It's really good. The show had me intrigued from the trailer, first seeing it. Every episode I was waiting in expectancy. I love the Egyptian theme. I just wish it wasn't so short that it had to be rushed. It was definitely rushed, in my opinion. And
Nice.
I think the one thing that really stands out, and I mentioned quickly, is the fact that they had the other gods, or the other celestial beings, whatever you want to call them. That was the whole useless. That was useless.
Yeah.
About the whole show, to be honest. But jumping back and forth, it was intriguing that you had to pay attention to try and see what was going on. Is he in a madhouse? He's not a madhouse. I enjoyed it. It was really, really cool.
Okay.
But yeah, my number 2.
Yeah, Moon Knight was a good show. I mean, y'all kind of making me feel bad for ranking it so low now. I'm like, damn, maybe I should have ranked it
What did I miss?
No, I get everything you guys are saying. I'm just like, I'm looking at the other shows on the list, and it's like, yeah, probably. You know what? Maybe I would rank it 8 and put Miss Marvel 10. Maybe I'll move it. Chase, what was your number 2?
My number 2. What if?
What
What if was number 2?
So I know you're number 1.
Man, I
figured.
loved it. I loved all the different just spins on all the characters and the zombies. What if zombies? They're gonna make a whole show just around that, just because it's so awesome.
Yeah.
The Doctor Strange Spider-Man. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange. We already know that. So like, just breaking the multiverse thing I really enjoyed What If. I mean, it was close to number 1, but
Right.
You know, it was cartoon, so that's the only reason.
The only reason it didn't hit number
It
one.
didn't hit number one. If it was live action, oh my goodness.
Listen, if they could have done that live action, that would have been freaking amazing, man. It would have been
I think they would have won hands down there.
Yeah,
honestly,
by
yeah.
far.
if it was live action, definitely.
Sure.
To
So
get all
that's
the
the
actors
only
to come
reason.
back and play these different versions of the cat,
Oh
that
my
was
God.
so crazy. Oh man.
They definitely have the ability to pull it off. It's just that they didn't want to spend that much money.
Yeah, exactly. It all came down to money.
But yeah, what
yeah.
a A to Z, great.
Yep.
Too much to say.
I agree with you. And that Doctor Strange episode was like, I think that was the best episode.
So good.
I mean, if you want to talk about one single episode that was the best of all these shows, I'd probably put that episode above every show.
That's a whole other show.
That episode by itself is just, oh man. Yeah, we're gonna rank the best episode of each of these shows. But yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
I can't disagree with you. What If was an awesome show. I mean, it was my number 4. You ranked it number 2. It was really good. My opinion. Obviously your opinion. Our opinions here. We all know What If was really good.
One left.
And my number 1, I mean, if you've been paying attention, WandaVision. I love this freaking show. And I know my man Heat can't get into it, but for me, the shots fired. No, it's not shots fired. No. Listen, if you can't get into it, you can't get into it. I mean, just like your feelings with Groot. If you hate it like that, you hate it like that. I give y'all crap about it, but your opinion's your opinion. My opinion's my opinion. Everybody has their right to an opinion. But what I love about WandaVision, like, I like slow burn shows like that where you gotta figure out what the f- is going on. So that kind of pulled me in, like, what the heck is happening? And then to realize that she was actually going through the stages of grief. Like, each episode she went through a different stage of grief. And it was like, oh wow. So when you go back and watch it, you realize that, you know, she went through, I don't remember all the steps off the top of my head, but, you know, she went through the anger and bargaining and acceptance and all, like, through the show. So it was like, oh man, that was really good. And then to see that they showed her power without really overdoing it, because, you know, sometimes you show a character's power and it's like, oh, she's so overpowered, but they showed how overpowered she was without a big battle of, look how strong she is. It's like, yeah, her power just autopilot took over a whole town just like that. Like, it's like, holy crap, wow. And then she remade Vision, because we all thought, okay, did she steal his body? To find out she didn't steal the body. The government still had the body. She just remade him, like, and made children. And like, what the? It was. I just like it. I just. There's so much about the show that I love. And then the whole thing with Vision fighting himself and the ship of Theseus. Is it the real? Who's the real ship? If you replace each piece and then remade it, it's like philosophical. I mean, the worst part of the show was the Ralph Boner. Like, they just totally trolled us with Pietro, and it was like, okay, it sucked, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't ruin the show for me. And Agatha, man, Catherine Hahn, I love her anyway, but Agatha as that character, I can't wait for her show, because oh man, it's so good. Like, she was so good. But yeah, Wanda, and then of course we had what's her name back, Darcy, and then Agent Wu. Like, all the characters in the show, Monica, all the characters were so good in this show. Even the neighbors just playing their parts in the show, like, as trapped people in her world, just trying to get through. It was just such a good show. It was just so good to me. I don't understand. Like, it's at the dark side. It's one of those shows where when people say they don't like it, and I'm like, how? It's so good. I mean, again, everybody has their opinion. I'm not hating on everybody, but like, when something's that good to me, it's like, how do other people don't like this? I don't get it. So anyway, Heat, what's your number 1?
Number one.
All right, so you guys guessed it. Obviously, What If?
What if? Yeah, buddy.
Number one.
The thing is, like, I don't think you guys are giving this show enough credit. Right?
Not enough credit. I rated number 4.
I think I think it should be on everyone's number 1. Honestly, that's how I feel personally. The amount of episodes that were fantastic there. Definitely, you guys mentioned a Doctor Strange episode, right? One thing that you didn't mention though is I love the T'Challa Star-Lord episode. That was literally my number 1 episode. That was freaking awesome, man. I digged it. And if you had to say to me, watch it again, I'll go downstairs now or lay in bed and I'll watch the full season. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was so good, right?
Good. It was good.
You know, like the smaller things in it, the 2 points which I didn't really dig about it was the ending was a bit like, you know, and obviously the female Captain America, what's she called again?
What's it? Oh, Captain Britain. No.
Carter.
There is a Captain Britain though. Captain Carter.
Captain Carter, whatever.
Captain Britain.
Yeah.
That was the least, and I think we said it when we were watching it and everything, and that was my least favorite episode altogether.
Yeah, the first episode. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
it was good.
I'm not heavy behind. I'm not heavy behind Captain America. You know what I mean? That's why. You know what I mean? Zombie episode, class, man, class. You know, we made it part of the wallpaper. You look back when you watch the zombie episode wallpaper, where was the Ant Woman or who was it?
Wasp.
She resized herself and she kicked the zombies around and stuff. That was like top class, man. That was like, wow.
That was so good.
You know what I mean? What's it? Spider-Man Supreme. Yep. You were mentioning it earlier with the cape and everything, the Spider-Man chase. Brilliant, world class, honestly. Like, so cool. I'm excited for season 2.
Yeah,
really good.
That show was so good, and
I can't wait, man.
Something in the zombie episode that was really cool is like Vision was catching people to feed to Wanda.
Yeah,
like,
you know what I mean?
He wasn't human, so they weren't attacking.
There was just so much about it. It's like, and so listen.
Cool. Such a great
like,
story.
Like going to what Chase said, like its fact was a cartoon. I think that kind of made it as well. I think if it was the live action, I think it possibly could have ruined it at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, if it was,
I don't know, but I would definitely say if I could have one of the 2 of those episodes live action, man, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, when I said if it was live action, it'd been awesome. I'm saying if it was live action and they put the money into it to make it as good as they did in the cartoon, it would have been awesome. But we all know if they did it live action, we wouldn't have got as much of what you can do in animation. So it probably wouldn't have been as good. But if they were able to do live action,
if they did 1 or 2 of the episodes, I would have been excited. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? 1 or 2 episodes, I would have been really excited.
Yeah, and a couple of the episodes they probably could have did live action because the effects in the cartoon you could have done. Like, it wasn't like big action scenes where you had to have a lot of special effects. So some of those episodes probably could have been live action, but it was good. I liked it. And I agree. I mean, again,
Walking Dead proves you could do live action zombies.
Everything in our top 3 to 4, it can be changed around. And What If could easily be my number 1 because it was a good show, but it was number 4. And I think you guys would rate Werewolf by Night a lot higher once you guys see it. Maybe not in your top 3, but I think you would rate it high. So, number 1, Chase.
I went
Loki.
We all know. Number 1, I went Loki.
I knew.
All day I went Loki. Love the character, what happened. I love the whole fact, well, one of your freaking doubles screwed up something and we need you to come fix it because you're the god of mischief and you're the only one that's going to know how to catch the god of mischief.
Out mischief, yeah.
Who knows you better than you, right?
I love that whole aspect with all the different Lokis. Them all stuck on the one thing. Well, get rid of them. Well, just throw them all on the one planet and just, I don't know. And I love the whole time thing. The way the time thing was going with the Miss Minute and the way the operation.
Hey, y'all.
And then they find out it's not really an operation. It's more of a, so good. It was so good.
Yeah, it was really
I love him falling in love with himself.
See, that part
and stuff.
that had me thinking like,
if I met an alternate version of myself from a different dimension that was female, would I fall in love with myself? Like, it really makes you question certain things. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like me, so would I like a female me? But we're not raised the same because she would be from a different world. So would we connect?
But she would understand you.
Right, we would
like
know each other
else.
on such a deep level.
Right.
That's
why I love that.
It was
The
so
whole
good.
thing was, that was so good. So that is our top 10, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the top 10. Bravo. Thanks for having me, man.
Made it. Absolutely.
I'd love to talk more.
We actually thought at the exact same time, we have someone on, and it's like Chase would be the perfect person.
Yeah,
I appreciate it, guys. I really do. I definitely enjoyed this. It was definitely fun breaking down these shows. Absolutely.
Yeah, guys. So, really quickly, I mean, I don't know if you guys want to run through what you got. I know me and Heat don't really have anything going on. So, Chase, what you got going on?
I was going to do my Whatnot auction tonight, but we're kind of getting hit sideways, by a Category 1 hurricane.
Yeah. Hurricane
so I might have
Nicole.
some power
That's my
outages
sister's
tonight.
name.
I was going to do it tonight at 8 and was like, So tomorrow at 8, I got a Whatnot auction, so come join me. It's a hodgepodge. And, I'm going to start them all pretty low. Jkl knows. Stay away, Jkl. You're not allowed.
Oh, I'm coming.
I'm going to spend too much money. I got that. And you can always catch me for Morning Brew Funko Review on Chase's Kingdom this Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We got Funko. We might have a guest or two. You never know. So grab a cup of Joe and let's talk Funko. All right, what else do I got? Oh, guys.
Sorry.
I'm bringing the heat on the next video. I got some Freddy Zombie and my man Fox Crown. This one I'm just getting done editing. We're going to be debuting this bad boy right here. My first NFT.
Sweet.
Oh, so sick.
Nice.
Won them on a duck race. So stay tuned for that.
Nice.
And of course you can catch me and these guys on Popics.
Yes. Come check us out on Pop the Chaos, new and old Funko Pop unboxings channel in 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
We're going to get out of here. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you guys for being here. Special thanks to Chase from Chase's Kingdom. Glad that you're back out here in the world.
Thank you, sir.
In the Funko world, not Funko, in the YouTube world, sorry.
YouTube world.
Definitely keep your eye on all of our channels because we got big things coming. With that being said, I'm Ella the Jkl Awesome. That's my boy Pop T, and this is the king of the castle, Chase's Kingdom. How do I end it? And if you're not down with that,
you know what you can do.
We got 2 words for you.
You're still here. It's over. Go home.
It's over. Go away.